All righty. Is that everybody? Okay. Well, it is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker today, Chickasaw citizen, Navy veteran, Mr. Miko Brandon.
Social for Miko Brandon. My name is Miko Brandon. I'm a citizen of the Chickasaw Nation and a student here at OSU, center leader. I began my journey here in 2019. I had just separated from the U.S. Navy in July and started school here in August. Off some advice one of my buddies gave me. He said, just start right away, no breaks. So I was walking around and seen a sign just like this. It said, Center for Sovereign Nations. And I thought, I need to go check that out. And I met EP there, and she offered me a job. First day, I said, wow, this is nice. And she said, if you have any questions, let me know. And the only thing I could think of was, would it be okay if I ate twice a day there? And she said, you can eat all day, that's all we do. So, yeah, I started that next week, and I was just amazed by how much opportunity the center brings to the students. I mean, it's amazing. And it's all from the leadership of EP and Sky Rogers. I've worked all over, maybe 11 or 12 different countries, and I've never seen an organization truly care that much about the people they serve. So, yak okay? Thank you. And, I'll turn the mic over to my friend, citizen of Cherokee, Delaware Nation, and Udall scholar, Kate Copeland.
Thank you, Miko. Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody, to the Center for Sovereign Nation's 7th birthday. We're so excited to be in person this year and to see all your smiling faces. If you did come for the free food today, and only for the free food, you're not alone. 4 years ago, just as a freshman, I was walking by with one of my friends, and I was like, look, we can go get a free lunch, and it'll be great. And that's totally okay. But here I really found myself, and 4 years later, I am so blessed to be part of this amazing group. Coming as a freshman, OSU is a really large campus, and it's really important to find that place where you belong, and for me, that's the center. We have a lot of fun here at the center, playing games, cracking jokes, and even shooting funny little videos. You can follow us on Instagram. But it's so much more than that. It's about the relationships, learning about sovereignty, and just being a part of this family. One of my greatest accomplishments that I achieved this past year is winning the National Udall Scholarship. OSU hasn't had a Udall Scholar for several years. We've had a few honorable mentions. Shout out Jarrett. But if it wasn't for the center, I wouldn't have received this award and had so many doors open for me. So it was even like being a part of the Native American Student Association executive team, part of the ACES community, and even participating in a few research internships at our enemy territory in OU. Boo. But it was there that I met one of my best friends, and I wouldn't have even applied for that position if it weren't for EP and Sky encouraging me and giving me that support. So I just want to thank them. But I could talk all day about how much I love the center and how grateful I am for being a part of this family. But I would like to introduce our next speaker, center student alum, former NASA president, Chickasaw citizen, Ariel Farr-Thier.
Chickamaw, thank you all so much for being here today. My name is Ariel Thier, and I worked with the Center for Sovereign Nations as a student leader for 3 years until I graduated in 2019. During my time at OSU, nothing was more profoundly impactful for me than the Center for Sovereign Nations. I came into college having graduated as valedictorian. I was an OSU honor student and a freshman research scholar. If you had looked at my resume, you would have said I was set for success. but in actuality, I was a first-generation college student who was away from my family for the first time in my life, and I desperately needed help in navigating that transition. And I found that and so much more when I came to the Center for Sovereign Nations. There, I received academic advice, a better understanding of tribal sovereignty, a connection to my culture while living outside of the Chickasaw Nation, and most importantly, a community of Indigenous mentors and students who made me feel like I belonged at OSU. I also got connected with the Native American Student Association, where I cultivated leadership skills and eventually served as president, met lifelong friends, and fell in love with fellow Center alumni and my now husband, Che Deer. Thanks to the Center's support, we both decided to pursue our graduate degrees, something we never believed would have been possible if it were not for the speakers, tutors, and resources that the Center for Sovereign Nation connected us to. Since then, I graduated with my master's degree, started my own business, and now am working in my dream job, serving my people, working with the Chickasaw Nation. None of that would have been possible for me without the Center for Sovereign Nations. If you get an opportunity today, I'd encourage you to talk to one of these lovely individuals and ask to hear their center story. I know you'll hear the same thing about how the center was so important for them, just like it is for every single student who walks through those doors. The center is actually doing the same thing now for my little sister Anna, who is a senior and a student leader here right now. Anna is precious to me. And knowing that she has access to the same resources and community and support, just like every other Indigenous student at OSU, that I had when I was here means the world to me. So thank you so much to Elizabeth and to Sky for for all of your hard work, and thank you to all of you for your support in making this possible. Because of you, students at OSU who are Indigenous can truly, truly thrive. And I can't even begin to tell you how thankful I am to each of you for supporting that mission. Without further ado, I want to welcome back Elizabeth Payne.
It's very difficult to follow Ariel, and you can imagine why. Thank you for being with us today. You've hopefully heard a word from our students and even for our alumni about how the center impacted their vision and also how their vision impacted the center. And I would like to say just a few words now about a founder's vision, things that we could and could not foresee about 10 years ago when we started planning the center. So what we knew originally was simply that we wanted to serve. We knew we wanted to serve Native nations, Native students across multiple generations, but we did not know exactly what that looked like. So we asked. My husband John Cheney and I drove around the state of Oklahoma meeting with tribal government leaders, and we asked them, we wanted to understand their vision for their nation and how OSU could equip their student citizens on our campus to fully participate in that vision. So, as a result of those visions with several tribal nations, we have ended up with a center mission. It's threefold. It's sovereignty, students, and partnerships. We are joined today by our initial founding funding investment partner, without whom we would not have a center, the Chickasaw Nation, represented by Ambassador Neil McCaleb, who we also call the center mentor, because he is and will continue to be, we hope, Lieutenant Governor Chris Anatuddy, Secretary of Education Nathan Elliott, his team, communications, very grateful to see you all join us. Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma also made investments, and we are joined today by Terry Lewis from Chief Gary Batten's office. Terry, thank you for being with us. Cherokee Nation also made investments, and along with many other tribal nations, OSU administration, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends, including 4 generations of my own family that are over there to the right, we've truly created a partner-centric model. For that, we are grateful. So, you might wonder, were there any things that surprised us along the way? Well, in fact, there actually were. We could not have foreseen that 4,000 people would come to this campus to learn about tribal sovereignty since we launched. Pretty incredible number. We could not have foreseen that 99% of these students employed and closely advised by the center would go on to graduate. Or that 2/3 of those students would go on to graduate school. I'm very proud of them, very grateful for them, and have much respect. Finally, we could not have imagined that millions of dollars and invaluable relationships would have resulted from partnerships facilitated by the center. We are truly grateful that together we have created a partner-centric model. By all measures, the center has been successful in execution of our mission of sovereignty, students, and partnerships. So what do we foresee for the road ahead? It's a good question, right? Well, aligned with President Shrum's vision for growth, collaboration, innovation, inclusivity, we're going to grow the center. We're going to serve more students, we're going to get more space, we're going to add more staff, and one day, I hope to see Sky Rogers, wherever she went, hiding, step up and assume a greater leadership role in the center. We absolutely must pause to appreciate Sky. She is a co-founder of the center. She has worked for the center since we've had one, and we are standing on a foundation that she has helped and continues to build for us. So thank you, Sky. We're going to grow our collaboration with other campuses within the OSU system and other campuses outside the OSU system. We're going to innovate. OSU has some really exciting things going on in many areas. I personally am excited about getting involved with some of our aerospace and health initiatives. So we are not going to be holding still. We're going to be doing a lot of things that I hopefully will add value to the collective lives that we share. So you may ask, what can I do to help? How can I help you achieve your vision going forward? Well, we have a few ideas. First, please never let us forget that our primary function is to serve. We must be service-oriented. Second, please help us never forget that we need to ask, and then we need to listen, and then we need to incorporate that input so we remain partner-centric. It's our lifeblood. And then finally, let us never forget what an honor and a privilege it is to serve together at Oklahoma State University. Thank you, and go Boats!